I'm pretty. You all right, dude?
You good, bro? You good over there?
I'm good.
You all right?
What you doing over there, dude? What you got over there, bro? Hey, do you, man? do you, bro?
Sounded sus. I know it sounded sus. No, we're good.
Dad's talking about getting off, and what do you got going on? What are we doing? What is up, everybody? Welcome to another edition of Beyond the Diamond Podcast here on the Apollo Podcast Network. Brian Lima, Apollo Dez, producer Josh here with you. We are remote today. The Major League Baseball season has started. The Astros split the series with the Chicago White Sox. I'm just glad to be back on the podcast, boys. I mean, I know I'm filling in today for the other two hosts of this show. Thank you guys for having me on. I appreciate it.
Unbelievable, dude. Unbelievable.
I know we'll be back in the office, back at Apollo with you in a couple of days, but I really appreciate you guys having me on. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem, man. Thanks for coming on. First time, long time. Oh no, glad to have you back, dude. I'm glad I have numbers on my side now. It was 3 against 1 on the producer side. It was
sorry, man.
It was tough tickets. It was tough tickets for a little bit.
Don't you ever forget that it's you and I versus the nerds. Right?
Yes, no matter what. And I think we have the viewers and listeners on our side too. I think.
I would think so. Do you have any comment, producer Josh, or are you just going to look off to the side?
I think if anything I comment on, I'm going to get jumped on. So I'm staying. I'm staying in the background today. It's y'all show. It's y'all show, boys.
Smart choice on your part.
All right, hold on. First off, before we jump into the season and the series, what did you all think about the Goldies hats and jerseys?
I like the hats. Not a fan of the jersey. I would have liked more gold on the jersey, to be honest. It's cool all the way around, right? Because it represents a championship. It represents a World Series title. I just felt like there should be more gold. That's just, I mean, plain and simple. But it's cool all the way around because, again, that means they won the World Series. I did like how they made the Oxy patch all gold. I know for sure.
They should have put that Oxy color on the numbers.
People are like freaking out about the Oxy patch, which I really don't give a flying fuck about. Like, who cares? Like, it's what we have.
So you want to throw us some our way with the patch on?
I will wear an Oxy patch. I will wear a fucking Oxy chain. Like, give me to add a little bling bling here. Oxy right here.
Oxy.
Yeah, Des is right. If the names or the numbers were all gold, like the Oxy with the like sparkle, I mean, that would have been fucking great. That's what you want. You want gold.
That would have been great. So
it did look better in person, but. Yeah, the gold, black, and then the mix with the orange piping was just like, that's just too much for me. It should have been gold piping, at least. It would have been better.
So I have a McCullers 17 championship jersey, and it was orange piping.
Really?
Yeah, but the numbers were metallic, like that metallic gold.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Either gold piping with everything else the same, or make it metallic. I guess they wanted to do something different than the last time.
Yeah.
But I think you're right, Brian. Like, we get the nitpick about like what championship jerseys, you know, like that's like we're spoiled at. Like, we're like, oh, this gold jersey wasn't this good. It's like, hey, we got them though. But I do like the hats. The hats are sick.
The hats are dope, man. Those are pretty dope. I really like how those turned out. See all the gold brim, the gold H, or the gold star with the white H. Like, I love how they did that.
Yeah, and the gold.
But when it comes to the jerseys, the patch is cool too. When it comes to the jerseys, I just would have liked more gold, you know? Like, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Play the hits, baby.
Play the hits. Play the hits. And you know who didn't really play the hits was the Astros this series.
Yeah, so you guys were both there. You guys were both at Minute Maid Park pretty much all weekend long. So I wasn't able to make it out. How were the vibes, man? How did it feel? I saw the place was packed. Did I see right that standing room only tickets on Sunday were $200 on resale?
Bro, Jerry Pena needs a fat cut. He needs a fat cut because
people want them rings.
$300? I would never pay that. That's past opening day.
Yeah,
opening day wasn't that much.
I was not at that game.
Wow. For standing room only. Didn't we get World Series standing room only tickets for like, how much were they for standing room only for World Series? Like
I think after fees were like really like, I think our tickets were around like 300, 400. Yeah. And then after fees, you know, without. Like, so we got World Series tickets compared to like game 4 of the regular season.
It's the White Sox.
That is nuts, man. But hey, look, it was opening day weekend, gold banner night, ring night, bobblehead, and then replica ring, like all that stuff. So I no surprise that the place was popping and place was sold out. And also you had the NCAA Final Four here in Houston. What else was going on? Didn't they have
They had Fan Fest downtown. Tim McGraw performed.
The Rockets hosted the Lakers. Like there was all kinds of stuff going on in the city this past weekend. So, I was just out busy winning championships for my 13. No big deal.
Yeah, let's talk about that, dude. What, a 6-0 weekend coaching?
Yeah, man.
5-0. W's in the comments. W's in the comments for Coach Lima.
Yeah, 5-0. My 13U Banditos Black team. Yeah, we played up 14U AAA, and we got the number 2 seed going into bracket play, and we had to come back every single game to win. So we came back from 3-0 and won. Walked off the semifinals. We're down 7-0 in the semifinals.
Oh shit!
Against one of the top 13U teams in the city, and we came back and we walked off and won 8-7. And then in the championship, we were down 4-0 after the first inning, and we walked it off and won 5-4. So really proud of my kids, man. Like they battled through adversity.
I didn't realize you played up.
Yeah, we played up 14U AAA because when you go from 12U to 13U, they have distances of 54-80. So 54 from home plate to the mound, 80 feet bases, which in a year you're going to 60-90. So we don't play 54-80. We played one term at 54-80. So I wanted to play 60-90 this past weekend. So you have to go up to 14U to play. And
still kick their asses.
Yeah, played against Bo Porter's organization.
Game 1. Nice.
Yeah. So yeah, man, good weekend, man. Shout out to my kids, man. They're
shout out to the kids. You know what they say. Coach managers only look their win-loss records, not the end of the season total. It's one-run ball games.
Right.
That's where. So I mean, look at all those one-run. That falls on you, Skip. That falls on you, Skip. Maybe we should start slapping each other, huh? Wow.
I'm just saying. I don't know, but yeah. In all seriousness, man, like to come back and to play through, like, I mean, Des, you know this. Sorry, Josh, you don't, but like, playing baseball like is really, really, really hard. Oh, Josh, you do know this. I'm just kidding. But like playing
the Sunday games, those man. 4 in a row.
Yeah, dude. Like you remember how it was, man. Like going through those days and long days. You're at the ballpark the entire time. Plus they're 13. Like they're gonna be kids. They're gonna be stupid. They're gonna make dumb decisions on the base pass and in games. And for them to, get smacked in the mouth and be able to come back and scratch and claw and find ways to win, total team effort type thing. Cliches all around, but yeah, man, it was a good weekend. So
hell yeah,
that's what I was doing. Instead of being at Minute Maid Park. So how was it? Like,
dude, the vibes were.
Hold on, real question here. Did anyone start the wave?
Yes,
there was the wave going on in the stadium, like in like high leverage. So look, that's strike one. There's strike one against the crowd. But to take that strike away, I would say I'll the Joe Kelly, and we're kind of jumping ahead, but. The crowd, as soon as that door swung open, everyone was letting him have. There's a group of kids next to me, had no idea why everyone was booing. They were booing, like they were locked in. Like it was the most perfect welcome back, Joe Kelly to Houston, Texas. And the best thing was he had to watch the ceremony, right? He had to watch the banner, he had to watch the rings, and then he comes in a pretty high leverage spot. He was shoving, he was throwing 101. Like he was cutting it loose. And the crowd.
And he got the loss. He got the loss that game. Isn't that Joe Kelly for you though? He's always thrown shed
100%.
100, 101, but he always gets knocked around. Like when has that dude pitched well in the last couple of years? He's such a bitch, dude. Like him and Trevor Bauer are like 1A and 1B for biggest bitches in Major League Baseball. Well, obviously Trevor Bauer's playing wherever. Like his MLB is probably gone for good. But dude, he's such a bitch, man. Like he said, did you hear the audio? He was on some radio station and he said, "Oh, I was gonna wait for him in the hotel lobby. You can ask my wife." Well, your wife's gonna. Bro. Like, come on.
Joe Kelly ain't doing shit. We all saw him walk away. And so shout out Minute Maid Park and all the fans that were there on Saturday to just giving it to him. But the vibes on opening day, opening days, I think I've said it a million times, should be a national holiday. Cobos was vibing. Like that place was packed like 6 hours before. Like World Series type packed. The atmosphere in new security. If you're going to a game and haven't been, you could just like literally. They don't go through metal detectors anymore. They're like these like 2 barriers that just keep the flow of like going into a ball game in and out. Like it's perfect. Like there's no more like congested like stations to scan your ticket. Like Minute Maid Park was like dialed efficient. Yes, absolutely efficient.
Speaking of efficiency, how was the pace of play? Like, did you recognize it? Did it feel different? Like, what was the thing you noticed or didn't notice about it?
Well, I think because we were at spring training for that month, like we're accustomed to it. So like it felt like what we felt in spring training. A lot of people around me were like, "Yo, this feels like it's sped up like on fast forward." I had like a few people I don't like it, and then the game ended. They're like, "Oh, I do kind of like it." So, subjectively, for content creation, it's probably better for us. Like we can go turn out content, and we're not gonna be stuck on a 4 or 5 hour marathon. But as a baseball guy, I'm just like. I think on our Swaddle Boy group message, I was like, "There's no baseball at like 11 p.m. on the West Coast right now. Like everything's done.
Yeah.
Like what am I gonna like? I'm gonna go to bed. Like that's what I have to do. I have to be an like adult and get like 8 hours of sleep.
It is rough. Sunday night there was not a game at like 9 p.m. I was like, man, I'm just like chilling at home. I kind of want to watch a game, but that was more about scheduling. But still, the game's gonna be over.
Right. Yeah, that's pretty crazy to think about. A West Coast game is done by like 10:30.
Yeah,
that's
wild.
Nuts.
It's wild.
Yeah. So I did see that. Obviously, like offense is already up, stolen bases are already up. I looked at the stolen base leaders early this morning, and there was the shortstop for Baltimore played in 2 games, and he's got 4 stolen bases. Chas McCormick played 2 games and has 3 stolen bases. So
Chazzy, look out, Ricky Henderson.
So obviously his name's been pretty popular over the weekend with Jake Myers and them splitting time so far. I know people are pretty fired up on one way or another. Like it's split right down the middle.
It is kind of split.
It's kind of nuts. Like to think about. Like I just think from what we saw from Chas McCormick late in the year, going into the playoffs, in the World Series, and he hit pretty well for the most part. And obviously he played, he's got the World Series saving catch, and we know that history. Like, I just feel like he should have been your opening day starter, and it's his job to lose. But we know Dusty Baker likes matchups, right-handed pitching, upper velocity. So we saw Jake Myers. I don't know what's going on with Jake Myers. I just feel like there's something. He's like, it's almost like he's timid in the outfield. Like, got a good jump on a baseball, but took a horrible route.
Yeah.
And then there's one at bat where he literally didn't even pick the bat off his shoulder. Strike 1, strike 2, strike 3. See you later.
So everyone knows I'm a Chaz guy, and he's a friend of the program, friend of the family. But this is not the Jake Myers I saw at spring training. Jake Myers in spring training looked pretty damn good and pretty damn like pre-injury Jake Myers. The Jake Myers we saw this weekend, I think he heard the chirps. I think he heard the outside noise, and that's fine. The guys are human. Right. But I think that's it. Literally, he kind of turtled up into his old like the pre or post injured Jake Myers, because the Jake Myers we saw in Florida was flying all over the place, barreling balls, and he looked good. And so I could see how they probably got to, because it was pretty much a toss up between Chaz and Jake. They each one have a bad day, one have a good day, one have a good day, one have a bad day throughout camp. But as a guy that is just, and I thought, this was Dusty's thinking, like kind of old school. Chas McCormick put his body on the line for a championship in the city. That earns you a opening day start. I don't care what the matchups say. If Chaz was in that lineup, he'd probably strike out as many times as Jake did against Cease. Cease was just on that night.
Yeah, dude.
But
Cease is nasty. So tip your cap. Like,
yeah, I just think that guy threw his body through the fence, probably one of the greatest catches in baseball history, and deserved that opening day start with that team. And look, if you still want to go platoon, you still want to do all that, that's fine. Like, I think that's what they're going to do. But I just felt on the camp was like, he earned that.
Right.
He earned it.
I'm with you. I felt like who cares about the matchups? Like, your opening day starter is the lineup you feel like gives you the best opportunity to win. And I feel like Chas McCormick should have been the center fielder. And we're going to see so much platooning this year because Altuve's out. Michael Brantley's still not coming back because he's back in Florida rehabbing, and he should be back, I don't know, in a couple of weeks or whatever it is. Jordan's going to get time off and things like that. So there's going to be platoons all around. But I just felt like what he did in the World Series earned him the starting spot.
Yeah, 100%. And I think as baseball fans, we got to see the 1-2 potential Cy Young of Cease and Framber. Framber obviously was pitching with a lot of traffic and got out of it, but obviously tip your cap to Cease. He absolutely shoved, and that's just baseball. Shifting in the next night, we saw Javi pitch, and we talked offline. Looked like Javi hit a wall, right? His stuff.
I think so.
His stuff played. I think it was like around 6 innings. I think he had 6 strikeouts because I had the price pick. So you use code Apollo HOU.
Good plug right there.
Like that, right? And I've been listening to you every morning with Sean, dude. I know when like you swing in and out of plugs now. And
good plug.
So right Javi looked good. Okay, Jordan is just possessed right now. It happened right in front of us. They went to Diekman with bases loaded, a lefty, and I think everyone in the stadium knew was like he's gonna either hit a home run or clear the bases, and he had a double the other way that Benintendi almost caught. If Benintendi would have caught that, I would have just like said trade everyone to get Benintendi because I'm tired of him making freaking catches against us. Yeah, Did you see that? If you go back and look at the last second, he like throws his glove up like right here, and he almost runs into a catch right there. But
Christian Javier, 5 innings, 8 hits, 3 earned runs, 1 walk, 6 strikeouts. He threw 82 total pitches with 64 strikes.
Okay. So yeah, it looks like they're capping the guys around like 80 to 85 right now. That's a good number. I'm not too worried about wins or losses in March and April, but yeah, also the shift. I think you probably saw it better than we did, Brian, on TV. Kyle Tucker is getting he's going to have a ton of hits this year, but he's also kind of running into that batted ball bad luck because Luis Robert ran down 2 of his balls that should have been, doubles or triples for Kyle Tucker.
Yeah. The shift, and we've already seen it across the league, like where guys are bringing in their right fielder to play shallow right field and then shifting other guys. But yeah, there were some balls where I think it was Kyle Tucker that I saw. Was it Kyle Tucker? I don't know. Somebody in the lineup for the Astros kind of rolled over and it found the hole. And I was like, off the bat, I was like, oh, damn it, dude. Right into the oh, wait, there's not the
Yeah, it was Tucker, RBI.
Yeah, okay. That's
he rolled over, and like last year it would have been an out, but it was an RBI single.
Yeah, it was an RBI single. Okay, yeah, so you know exactly what I'm talking about. I'm like, dude, what? Like, how is that not an out? And so, yeah, we're going to see that all season long. So it's crazy to think that all these rules like are actually in play now, and you're seeing results of them. Jeff Passan tweeted out some stuff this morning of like stats from the past weekend.
Friend of the program, Jeff Passan.
Jeff Passan, big fan of Apollo.
Big fan of the program.
So here we go. So first 4 day of the MLB season by the numbers. Games in 2023, 50 compared to games in 2022, 49. Time of game, 2023, 2 hours and 38 minutes is the average. 2022 average was 3 hours and 9 minutes. Hitting stats, 2022, 230 average compared to this year, 245. Stolen bases, 2022, 29 of 43 for an average of 67.4%. 2023, 70 of 84 for 83.3%.
Wow.
Up almost 20% success rate, like 83.3% success rate on stolen bases.
I think that makes what Maldi does more valuable, right? Like his arm. I think Corey Lee's value goes skyrocket because his can of an arm whenever he comes up to the show. Yeah, that's. I guess the commissioner and whoever is group of villains and they got that right. I guess because there's more offense and like we said, Chas, 3 swipe bags in like 6 appearances.
Yeah. He had he played 2 games, 3 stolen bags. So I mean, look, the offense. Oh, and of course, like the offense is up. And then who hit the first home run of the MLB season?
Judge. I bet he's
Dude,
possessed.
it's
He's
real early.
dude.
It's really, really early for the Goldilocks ball to be out and in play. They must
at this point.
They sent them all to New York.
Look, we're gonna beat the Yankees again. I get that. Like it's easy. But I am gonna appreciate watching Aaron Judge hit a baseball. Like he can, dude. He dude flat out rakes.
Damn, dude, I didn't know you were a simp.
Dude, I'm not a simp, dude. He just hits the shit out of the baseball, dude. I think the one person though that is able to compete, and we get to see it every day, is Jordan. That home run he had game 1 that made the score look prettier, like 442. Like it was like 115 off the bat. Yeah. Tucker's big shot to center field. I was very impressed about that.
That's a bomb. That's like, I mean,
he could have an MVP type season.
What did you say? Like big boy territory? Like that's a bomb. Dude.
He might have gone there only one time last year, and he already got there this year.
Yeah, dude. His value is just going to increase by the game.
Oh, 100%.
Like that dollar amount is just going up, man.
I think we see the first shift coming up, and we can touch back on the series, but I don't want to get too stressed out. But we play the Twins coming up. Gallo's a Twin, so I think the Astros do the first outfield into the shift. I think you put Corey Julks, who has played infield. We can talk about Corey Julks, who made the big league squad. Good for him. He's been grinding.
Yeah, man.
I love that.
I like that kid, man. Like, I don't know what it is. I mean, I know he struggled at times this past weekend, but like, I just like the way that he has the approach to the plate. I think he's going to be a really good talent for the Astros, and find his way through the lineup and find his way through a couple more at bats at the big league level. But I just really like what he brings to the lineup, man.
Dude, he barrels balls, man.
I know, dude. I know.
It's a really this like compact swing. I'm in the same camp as you are. Really like what he's done.
Minnesota Twins 3-0. They sweat.
Yeah.
They sweat. Yeah. Hey,
Rangers.
Yeah, Rangers too. Yeah. Even though DeGrom got absolutely raked, he got rocked, dude. I don't even think he lasted 3 innings, like 3 1/3. I think is what he.
It would be really funny if DeGrom just like regressed into like not being New York Mets DeGrom, but they still are winning games wild.
Yeah. Astros got the Tigers in town today as we record this on Monday. And then they go to Minneapolis. Good weather going to be in Minneapolis. It's going to be like 37 it's going to be like a high of, I think it was was it 37? We looked at it this morning because apparently there's a rumor on the street so they play Thursday and they're off Friday and then they pick back up Saturday. So they might move it to Friday because Thursday looks pretty brutal. Imagine building a stadium in Minneapolis, Minnesota, and not putting a roof on it. Dude, it doesn't get warm there. They don't see the sun there until like June.
It's a little funnier is having a roof, but having a flyover.
Oh yeah,
and not having the roof open for the national anthem.
Yeah,
that's a lot of tax dollars right there, Bubba.
Yeah, Thursday high of 37 with a low of 20 in Minneapolis.
And that's a night start?
I believe that might be a 3:10 start, I think.
Still cold.
Either way.
It's still cold.
Still cold.
Yeah,
but yeah, before we get off, what was your takes from the series? Split it. Pause. What's your take on the series? Going 2-2.
I'm a little concerned about the lineup. It's only 4 games in, we're going to see so many different lineups. We know how Dusty operates. There's a little bit of concern there. I would like a little more thump, I guess you could say, like from the bottom part of the lineup. That's where it's going to drop off a little bit. Jose Abreu's fitting in nicely.
Bro.
I mean, the dude
he's doing exactly what you wanted him to do.
Yeah.
At all fields. Yeah. I think there was one, I think it was the Joe Kelly, the second baseman, cheated a little up the middle. He's like, all right. He just hit it right behind him.
Hit it the other way.
You know what? It reminded me of Brantley. I'll say it. It reminds me of Brantley.
Yeah, when Brantley comes
both
back,
of those guys in the same lineup, especially if they're back to back.
Yeah,
if I'm a pitcher, especially if I'm coming out of the bullpen with like runners on base, and I have to face those two guys back to back.
When Brantley comes back, it's going to be a huge boost for this lineup. And then Bregman, notorious slow starter, 0 for 12, hasn't found a hit yet. He's going to be fine. We know how he grinds out at bats, and we'll fix whatever he's got going on. Yeah, just a little concerned. I mean, 2-2. Like, look, man, it's 4 games in. Pitchers are going to eventually get stretched out. You know, we know the stuff that all of these guys have. I'm interested to see how Hunter Brown does tonight. 7:10 first pitch. That's in just a couple of minutes as we record this on Monday evening. And I'm pretty. You all right, dude?
You all right? You good, bro? You good over there?
I'm good.
All right.
What you doing over there, dude? What you got over there, bro? Hey, do you, man? Do you, bro?
I know it sounded sus. No, we're good.
Dad's talking about getting off, and what do you got going on? What are we doing?
We're so back. We're so back. Splitting series sucks.
Yeah, a little concerned about the lineup, but they're gonna be fine. You know, they'll find their way through just like they always do. So yeah, nothing too crazy. Interested to see Hunter Brown, Ronel Blanco,
dude.
That guy.
Hey, he's gonna be a dog of the week at some point.
Oh yeah.
He's gonna be a dog of the week.
We already have our. I mean, we'll do the dog of the week at the end of the week, but we already have our dog of the week.
Yeah. Coming soon.
Yeah, we're gonna have that. What about you guys? Any concerns? Any what stuck out to you with the lineup, pitching rotation? The rotation was, again, it's early. No reason to panic.
My only, people are panicking. I'm not panicking, but my only thing is the bottom of the order right now is just a black.
Yeah.
Especially when you got Dubon and Maldi both in there. If you have Jake starting and that's the 7, 8, 9. That's just like they got to figure it out.
I want it to be Chaz in center and David Hensley at second until further notice.
Yeah,
I agree.
That's where I stand on that. So let platoon Mauricio Dubon with whatever. But also, man, like we talked about this before, like the whole notion of Mauricio Dubon sucking, like he doesn't.
Yeah.
Like
he's okay. He's not like horrible.
Like the dude doesn't. He's a big leaguer.
Yeah,
but like it's just not. We're not accustomed to seeing.
Yeah, we're spoiled by.
So
Lemus Diaz.
Yeah, right. Yeah, so it should be Chaz in center and Hensley at second until further notice. That's just me though.
Yeah, I agree. I think the other side of the fact maybe we have too many high leverage arms because like when we were losing, we're like, who do you trot out? Like we don't want to burn Montero, we don't want to burn Neris, we don't want to burn Abreu. So like I think that's kind of the Maton Seth Martinez rule, which is not a testament to because they're high leverage guys in their own right. But it's just like when the Astros are down, 6-1 or 6-2, who do you try out there to eat those innings? And it happens to be Maton and Seth, who honestly could be leverage guys for other teams. So as that kind of shakes out, because you're asking for a lot out of your bullpen right now with the guys only going 5 innings. As they get stretched out, it'll be less stress on the bullpen. I think Blummer and Todd talked about that. But other than that, I think just get a sweep of Detroit. They're coming in, heads down, beat up on them, and then go on the road and keep it going. So I think Adam we're talking on 790 today was like the Astros were 11-11 last year to start the season before they got hot. And people are panicking after 2-2. Like we have, I'm not good at math, but there's like 18 more games before you can maybe panic.
Yeah,
maybe
we've been saying if they get through April, even May at 500, they'll be fine.
Yeah. I think I predicted on the radio show. I think for the first 30 games, I said if they can get out like at 16-14, they're fine.
Yeah. You have reinforcements coming.
Yeah, man. Like we know how it goes. Like, 11-11 to start last year. Like, there's no reason to panic. I will say, it's very like the humor that the joy that I have reading through panic tweets after 2 games.
Dude, I mean, whatever Josh season over there, I know you got that when you're reading them tweets.
Yeah.
Phenomenal. I love it. I love every bit of it, man. Like, it's the best. So yeah, we're back, baby.
We're so back.
We are so back. All right, Josh, get us out of here.
Take us out of here, bud.
All right. Thank you for watching and listening to Beyond the Diamond podcast with Dez, Brian, and Josh. That was a controller, by the way. And we will see you later in the week with your dog of the week.
What a takeout. Let's go, dude. That's the spring training reps.
Here we go. Peace out.
Peace. Love you guys.